You think you are living in the most advanced time in human history? But what if I told you that 30,000 years ago, life was actually easier? We have been fed a myth that ancient life was a constant, desperate struggle, that they worked every waking hour just to survive in the wild. The truth is, they were the original affluent society. Data shows they worked, on average, just 3 to 4 hours a day. The rest of the time, they were not slacking off. They were socializing, sleeping, and just living. You work 8 hours to pay for things that save you time, which you then spend working. It's a paradox. And it started with one massive historical mistake. Block 1. The age of gathering and the beginning of the trap. For many long millennia, we were simple, nomadic hunter-gatherers wandering the open land. Our diet was incredibly diverse, and our daily nutrition was actually high and balanced. We were biologically optimized for a life of constant variety and daily physical movement. Stress was a useful tool, a short burst to run away from a predator. For us, stress is a constant, low-grade background hum that never really stops. They did not have any anxiety about their retirement plans or bank mortgages. We have replaced the ancient fear of predators with a modern financial fear. Then, 10,000 years ago, we finally found the concept of primitive agriculture. We thought we were gaining total control over our own food supply system. In reality, we walked straight into the dangerous agriculture trap for life. To grow wheat, you have to stay in one fixed place forever. You have to protect the crops. That means permanent, stationary settlement construction. Surplus food means wealth, and wealth requires armed guarding and constant worry. Agriculture gave us complex hierarchies, massive armies, and endless brutal wars. It also gave us a boring diet of just 1 or 2 crops. Our health plummeted sharply. Bone density dropped significantly over the following centuries. The hunter was healthier and taller than the farmer for thousands of years. We certainly did not choose this path for our own personal happiness. We chose it to fuel our rapid, uncontrollable population growth. Instead, we are trapped in the system our ancestors built by complete accident. Block 2. Biological anachronism. Why do you need 5 cups of strong coffee just to start your day? Because your body is screaming that this modern lifestyle isn't natural. We even pay for gym memberships to simulate the daily movement we lost. From the muddy field, to the factory, to the tiny desk. We measure our entire lives in strict, unforgiving hours. They measured their beautiful lives in natural, seasonal cycles. Progress is certainly real. Medicine is real. Technology is also real. I would rather live now than die of a minor infection back then. Life was undeniably brutal back then. Yes, it was very harsh. But our lives are becoming hollow and empty in this system. We traded our true freedom for this false sense of security. And we lost our deep connection to the reality of the world. The trap is that we cannot go back to the beginning. There is simply no wilderness left to retreat to anymore. So if we cannot go back, how do we fix it? We must stop defining our success by how much busyness we have. We acknowledge the biology we still carry inside us today. We reclaim our own time and our own mental space. That is the only real, meaningful revolution available to us now. The agriculture trap isn't a permanent prison unless you let it be. Your ancestors had the right idea about the balance of life. They never confused survival with endless productivity at all. We do. We worship productivity as our new god, and it is slowly killing us from the inside out. Survival was their only job and their only concern. Mindless scrolling is ours, and it wastes so much time. They looked up at the vast sky in total wonder. We looked down at the glass screen in our hands. They had meaningful music, beautiful art, and a strong community. We have cheap streaming services and deep, crushing loneliness. When they faced immediate danger, it was always physical. Block 3, finale. When we face danger, it's abstract and confusing. And that abstract stress is much harder to shake off. Their stress had a clear off switch every night. Ours is always on, buzzing constantly in our pockets. We build a world of massive abundance, but feel perpetual scarcity. We buy more things to fill the void of the time we lost. The hunter knew exactly when enough was enough for him. We never know when to stop chasing more stuff. The greatest power they had? The ability to leave anytime. The farmer eventually lost that simple, precious ability. We lost that complete freedom in our modern world. Maybe the bright future isn't about more useless tech. Maybe it is about slowing down and living simply, reconnecting with the natural pace of your own body. We need their ancient wisdom, not their daily struggles. We need to design a good life, not just a career. Imagine working for just 4 hours and having the rest off. That is not a dream. That was history for everyone. The agriculture trap is just a construct that we built. You can build your own boundaries starting right now. You have the absolute power to say no to the endless hamster wheel of digital notifications and demands. Reclaim your precious attention span from devices designed specifically to steal it away from you. Take a real physical step away from the artificial blue light and the constant digital noise. Breathe deeply, reconnect with your immediate physical surroundings, and finally remember what true, peaceful silence feels like again. Realize deeply that the modern corporate system is just a temporary social construct, not an inevitable natural reality. You alone choose how to spend your finite, precious hours on this planet. Be the master of your time, not a servant to arbitrary deadlines. We absolutely cannot and should not go back to living in the wild Paleolithic era, but we must adopt their core philosophy. For them, time was wealth. Let's work on making time wealth to us again, rather than just endless money. This isn't about retreating to live in an actual cave somewhere in the woods. It's about creating a mental space of peace within the chaotic noise of the modern city. Keep the incredible technology, but consciously lose the paralyzing stress. It is fundamentally about living your one life entirely on your own meaningful terms. Prioritize genuine human experiences over mindless accumulation of possessions and value deep rest over constant, frantic striving. Define your own terms of existence. The most powerful life hack available to you right now is realizing that you are not merely a replaceable cog in a massive, uncaring machine. Your inherent human worth is not defined by your corporate productivity metrics, your job title, or your monthly output. You are a human being. Remember your incredible ancient ancestors who roamed vast lands freely for millennia. Carry that warrior spirit of autonomy and self-reliance right into your modern urban life. It is possible to be truly free, even in a concrete jungle. This important conversation about the human condition is just beginning. Subscribe to the channel if you are ready to explore more historical traps, understand our biology, and design a better life. Let's break free from the trap together. See you in the very next video.